In a single punch, Demon Burial created a hole in Toad Immortal's chest. Toad Immortal is in really bad shape. His whole body is covered in injuries. Demon Burial is quite impressed after seeing that there are so many high-level monsters who serve as Elizabeth's guard dogs, thinking, it's no wonder that she can hide so well. She then prepares her final attack to finish Toad Immortal, proclaiming, "From today on, your peaceful days are over." But Robot Dog intervenes just in time to save Toad Immortal, using his sound-absorbing energy field. Upon seeing another troublesome enemy, Demon Burial is taken aback as Robot Dog starts barking at her. Toad Immortal, after seeing Robot Dog, lets out a sigh of relief, saying, "Since my dear elder brother is joining the battle, I will back off first." After saying this, he disappears from there. Demon Burial warns Robot Dog to get out of her way if he doesn't want to die. So, Robot Dog starts checking his system list but cannot find Demon Burial in the whitelist. Noting the risk level as too high, he asks Demon Burial not to disturb his master's life, as according to the highest law, he will now eliminate the individual. He then activates Defense Level 3 and starts attacking Demon Burial with a barrage of missiles. Meanwhile, on the other side, Leping continues practicing his swordsmanship. After practicing for so long, he finally masters it, thinking it's not that difficult. When Leping finishes his swordsmanship practice, Holy Sword Alpha transforms into his human form. Leping, surprised, asks why he has appeared now instead of when he was called. Holy Sword Alpha replies that he has finally recovered. Leping says he has arrived just in time and asks for some advice on his swordsmanship. Holy Sword Alpha, confused, wonders which swordsmanship Leping is talking about. Leping reassures him, saying, "Don't worry, even if you say that, I am also aware that Tai Chi sword is only for strengthening the body, not for battle, but after trying it once, I felt like my whole body was refreshed." Meanwhile, Holy Sword Alpha recalls being chased by so many scary weapons in Leping's house, one of which is enough to overpower him. Fearing for his life, he ran out of the house, not wanting to stay in such a scary place. But the moment a weapon admits defeat, its aura dissipates, and it returns to its original form. This is how Holy Sword Alpha was turned back into his sword form, feeling saddened by the realization that he was suppressed back to his original form just now, almost losing his soul and becoming a normal weapon, despite being the pinnacle of weapons, the legendary Holy Sword. He wonders why he was so scared of those kitchen knives. If Leping hadn't picked him up to practice his swordsmanship just now, reawakening his aura to the minimum, Holy Sword Alpha would have been reduced to a mere tool for chopping wood. Leping saved Holy Sword Alpha with a swordsmanship beyond his understanding, and then asked him for guidance. However, Holy Sword Alpha misunderstands, thinking Leping doesn't need him and the Demon Queen, considering what he has as mere scrap. Holy Sword Alpha asks for forgiveness from Leping, crying and questioning the meaning of his existence, how he came to be, and why he is here again. It's so confusing for him, and he turns back into his sword form and flies away, wanting to leave the terrible place. Leping is surprised, wondering how he can learn swordsmanship without a sword. On the other side, Demon Burial dodges Robot Dog's attack but asks him if he really is willing to be a lackey for the rest of his life. She wants Robot Dog to cooperate with her to destroy the place together, and then they will divide the outside world equally. But Robot Dog doesn't care. Demon Burial levitates into the sky and tells Robot Dog that if he doesn't know how to appreciate favors, it doesn't mean she's scared of him. So, she uses her powerful move, Chopping Shoot, which Robot Dog dodges without any problem. After that, he begins to analyze the damage. He realizes that if they are not stopped, they will penetrate the mantle layer, causing magma to explode. This would lead to abnormal changes in the bottom layer and cause earthquakes, ultimately endangering his master's life. Suddenly, a robotic hand emerged from Robot Dog's back and grabbed Demon Burial's chopping chute. Demon Burial started laughing upon seeing Robot Dog in a tough situation, thinking he couldn't escape now. So, she unleashed another chopping chute to eliminate Robot Dog, but suddenly another hand emerged from Robot Dog and grabbed Demon Burial's attack. Shortly after, he started absorbing both of Demon Burial's chopping chutes. In just a few seconds, he completely absorbed Demon Burial's attack and energy. Demon Burial, frustrated, wondered how it could be possible to absorb all of her attacks. However, Robot Dog thanked Demon Burial for the tasty energy. In exchange, he asked Demon Burial if she decided to leave now, he would let her go. Demon Burial became really angry and grabbed her demonic axe, saying that this move was originally reserved for dealing with that heartless person. But now, she had no other choice but to use it to destroy the dog that's in her way. The constant shattering of hope, the eternal torment of waiting, the sadness and fury of being abandoned. The resentment accumulated for 500 years was now gathered at one point, ready to explode at once. Dark energy began gathering around Demon Burial. Her demonic axe started absorbing that dark energy. She warned Robot Dog that after witnessing this, he would realize how fortunate it would have been to be chopped to death just now. Then she used her ultimate move, Resentment Deadline. Meanwhile, Robot Dog, sitting without any problem, then used his robotic hand to grab an incredibly smooth tiny mirror that Leping had created. He then used that tiny mirror to reflect Demon Burial's attack. Demon Burial was shocked and confused, wondering what just happened. The attack tore through Earth's outer layer and destroyed one of the solar system's planets. Still in shock, Demon Burial wondered if her 500 years of resentment were gone just like that. But suddenly, she was surprised to see a dog unmanned drone. Demon Burial wondered what it was this time, determined to destroy it all. However, before she could attack, the dog unmanned drone captured Demon Burial in his force field control 10G. Meanwhile, our robot dog was lying on the ground, enjoying the sun, saying, "After that fierce woman, you must be the strongest intruder I have ever encountered. Fortunately, I upgrade iteratively, so it's over for you now." He increased the force field control power to 50G. Demon Burial was really angry, saying she could endure this, that 500 years of resentment couldn't end like this, and started shouting loudly that she couldn't give up. But Robot Dog increased the force field control to 100G, and after that, Demon Burial's demonic axe broke into tiny pieces. After killing Demon Burial, Robot Dog thought that the intruders who had been coming recently seemed to have pretty good levels. It seemed like he had to go back and sift through the trash, pick some materials discarded by the master, and upgrade them. But suddenly, something stretched out from the ground. Robot Dog was really surprised, wondering if they were not dead yet. However, this was not Demon Burial, but the Sword Saint Guild president, Sword Saint. She used her lucky pendant, a super weapon, the Lucky Star, that wanders around the universe and passes through the hero continent every 10 years. Each time it passed, it would drop a small amount of Lucky Star pieces. The Sword Saint had collected enough pieces while traveling all over the world during her adventures in her early years. She commissioned the Dwarf King to personally forge them into jewelry, said that wearing it can greatly increase the wearer's luck. Meanwhile, on the other side at Leping's house, Elizabeth is eating chips and watching TV. However, she finds the ads really annoying, just like many of you might. So, she contemplates asking Leping to open a membership for her to avoid the ads. Suddenly she realizes that she's finished all the chips already. But for her, this isn't the end. The best part is left. The last bits of chips mixed with a lot of seasoning powder are truly addicting for her. This is next-level satisfaction for her, and she admits she also does this. It's her favorite part of eating chips. It's almost time to check on Leping's swordsmanship training, but Elizabeth thinks Leping must be struggling with his swordsmanship training right now. It's necessary, though. To be ready for the challenge, he had to undergo hellish training before understanding the art of swordsmanship. She imagines that just when he has no clue what to do and is about to give up, she will appear to guide him. She gets really excited thinking about this, so she opens the door and asks Leping if he's not being lazy and inquires how the training is going. She came to check on him, but she is surprised to see Leping, wondering why he's sitting cross-legged like that when she asked him to practice his swordsmanship. However, Leping ignores Elizabeth because he is busy practicing his yoga. Elizabeth asks Leping again what he is doing, but he doesn't say anything. Elizabeth wonders if Leping encountered a setback and lost face, so he wants to escape from the problem, right? It doesn't matter. She has changed her mind. As long as he bows his head and asks her for guidance, she's still willing to teach him a few moves. She guarantees Leping that after he learns them, he will be able to run rampant in the outside world. He ignored her again. After completing his meditation, Leping asked Elizabeth if she was talking to him just now. He apologized to Elizabeth, explaining that he had just emerged from a Tai Chi meditation state. Elizabeth, frustrated, told Leping, "It seems like you think you did well in your practice. But make no mistake, what you aim to learn is swordsmanship, and this meditation is pointless." Leping began smiling and pointed his stick towards Elizabeth, saying, "What do you mean, pointless? These are strengthening exercises. And most importantly, they cultivate the mind and nourish the body. While you've been eating potato chips and watching TV, I've already mastered the entire set of 13 swordsmanship moves, and I'm very proficient. Would you like me to demonstrate them for you? Then you can give me some guidance." Elizabeth agreed with Leping, thinking, "Since you want to make a fool out of yourself, I won't stop you. With just this little time, you think you've mastered some sword skills just by practicing some horizontal and vertical slashes." After that, Leping started explaining that the most important aspect of practicing Tai Chi is maintaining a calm mind, closing your eyes, and adopting the right posture. He then demonstrated Elizabeth's first move. Dragonfly touches the water. Elizabeth was surprised to see Leping exhibit such power with just one move, but she remembered he is the legendary hero after all, having lived with him for so long. However, in such a peaceful state, there seemed to be no threat at all. She wondered where the destructive power of the sword had gone. After that, he showed the second move, Swallow catches the insect, and the third move, Dust floats in the wind. Suddenly, the sky began changing, clouds gathering, and Elizabeth was surprised to see his power transform. Water started floating around Leping as he changed his stance and performed his fourth move, Sudden Thunderstorm, with lightning striking all around him. Elizabeth was astonished, wondering how he could reach this level in such a short period. "This must be surpassed," she said, offering him some guidance. Then, Leping used his fifth move, Blue Dragon out of the water, and suddenly a really large water dragon appeared in front of Elizabeth. Upon seeing this, she used her demonic sword of destruction, and in the next moment, a huge pink demon dragon descended to Earth. They both started attacking each other, but unfortunately for Elizabeth, Leping's water dragon defeated her dragon. In the next moment, everything returned to normal, the sky cleared, and a beautiful moon appeared. Elizabeth was really angry after witnessing this, thinking it was unreasonable for her sword force to become so weak in front of him. Leping explained that when standing calm, your mind is not lacking. When you are standing still, your mind is at peace. You must remain calm with every move, calm in the face of events. Only then can you grasp the essence of Tai Chi. Then, he touched his stick to the water where the moon's reflection shimmered, and suddenly the moon seemed to emerge from the water itself. This is Leping's eighth move, Moon in the Water. Upon seeing this, Elizabeth wondered if Leping was playing pretend to be weak to catch the strong with her again. But when it comes to swordsmanship, she believed he had chosen the wrong field. Meanwhile, the moon started to grow larger. Elizabeth also began to take things more seriously, showing no mercy towards Leping. But suddenly, everything started floating in the air. Elizabeth wondered if Leping was trying to use gravity to control her, but she declared she wouldn't let him do that. However, before she could act, she realized that Leping had changed the scene once again, and now they were standing on the moon's surface. Leping then began preparing his next move, saying, "As the moves of the Tai Chi sword progress, the state of the mind becomes calm and vast. You begin to understand the mysteries of nature." Then he showed the ninth move, Meteor catching the moon. Elizabeth was shocked to see that each meteor was comparable to her destructive magic, and there were so many of them. So, she transformed into her demon form, admitting it was her fault for underestimating him, but if he thought he could beat her in swordsmanship, then he was very wrong. After that, she cut through all the meteors into pieces and started running towards Leping, determined to defeat him today. Claiming her swordsmanship was the strongest in history and unbeatable. She then used her powerful move, All Things Full Slash, and alongside Leping, she cut the moon into two pieces. But after regaining her senses, she realized she was so overwhelmed by the desire to beat him. She wondered if she hadn't actually killed him. However, she was shocked to see that Leping had merged with the universe. Leping explained that the vastness of emptiness, staying calm and sincere, embodies the state of mind that is spacious, the embodiment of Tai Chi, and the body close to nature. And this is his 10th move, Holding of the Moon.